Good morning, everyone. We are here at Southsea Model Village as you requested, and I have got so many questions from you guys on social media to ask Mark, the owner of Southsea Model Village. I want to find out more about Southsea Model Village. So, how did you become owner of Southsea Model Village?
Well, my mother-in-law used to own it before us. She owned it for 15 years, and then once it got a bit too much for her, we said we'd take it over and rejuvenate it and renovate it and bring it up to the standard it is today.
So, how long has it been in the family now?
We've had it 10 years, mother-in-law 15, so we've probably about 25 years now.
Wow.
Yeah, so I've been down there quite a bit.
Is there any favourite pieces? Any favourite models?
One of my favourites is You Need Us. I love You Need Us. It's so realistic. My Dear Departed dad built that when he first came down there. So that's one of my favourites. And yeah, just all of them really. They all just got their own little place in my heart really.
Your dad was a huge part of Southsea Model Village. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, well, my dad, I used to work with my dad years ago, and then we took over the model village, and he'd be down there every day. He'd be building the models, he'd be doing all the repairs and stuff like that. But sadly, we lost him just before Christmas, and yeah, it's just not the same now. Yeah, he's a big loss to the village and a big loss to us as well. So,
do you think there's going to be a little model of Dad in the model village, maybe?
Yeah, I think that could be an idea. Yeah, it wouldn't be a little model because he was a big old chap, but yeah, no, I think we could do a little memorial to him. We've got a little plaque up down there, but yeah.
So I told people on social media that I was going to come here, and I got about 120 questions. I couldn't fit them all on here, so I've got 10. Some of them are quite random,
Let's go.
but we're going to go through them anyway. So, number one,
Yep.
Does it have a bubble bath fountain like Commercial Road?
No, it used to. It used to have, yeah, it used to have. But we got rid of that and put in Thomas's train track instead. So that's gone.
Could it make a comeback, maybe?
I think it could do, yeah, and with permanent bubbles in it as well, I think.
Apparently, there's some geezer who just keeps running around throwing bubbles in it.
Yeah,
So.
washing up liquid.
Okay, so you sort of talked about this before, but how did you become owner?
As I say, the mother-in-law owned it before us, and I used to come down when there was big projects she needed doing, I'd help her out. And I just fell in love with the place when she had it. And I said, if you ever get rid of it, then pass it over to us and we'll take it on to the next level sort of thing.
Amazing.
And that's what we did.
Okay, this is a tough one. I don't know if you know this one.
Come on.
Your dad definitely would have. What is the oldest model in the model village, and what is the newest?
The oldest model, I think, going by old pictures, say, because the models have been here since, a lot of the models since 1956.
Wow.
So I think the oldest one is the church, and the newest is Tremlets. I think it's Tremlets, yeah.
Oh, wow, okay.
Chemist that used to be down there, Fratton Road.
This is quite a relatable question. How do you decide about new models? Do people message you? Do they email? Or do you just decide between you as family members?
We used to take like sponsorship deals, but then the person who used to build the models was my dad, so we lost him, so we can't really do that anymore. Like, iconic shops and builders in Portsmouth, really. I say we've got Gilbert's, which is an iconic sweet shop in Milton Market.
Everyone knows Gilbert's.
Everyone knows Gilbert's. Get their quarter of sweets on a Sunday, a little treat when I was kids.
Or daily.
The old daily, yeah. Your cola cubes and your chocolate peanuts. What else was there? What else was? Oh, now we're picking the models. Yeah, iconic shops. I say we've got You Need Us. We've got Gilbert's. You Need Us was a massive like joke shop and down Commercial Road, Arundel Street. And yeah, we just like picked our favourite ones really, just iconic buildings. Yeah.
Is there any looking down there you're thinking, oh, we need to add this in? Any new shops or any favourite pubs or anything that you think we need to add that in?
Wow, shout out to the Eisners. We'd love a Fratton Park if they could get on board. We've always wanted a Fratton Park, and that's something I think we're missing. And I think the customers would absolutely love it.
It's a massive shout out to Portsmouth Football Club. Sort us out.
Come on.
I mean, how long would that take to build?
I don't know, the models, they're so intricate. I'll say for Dad to build You Need Us when he built You Need Us, I think it probably took him about 6 weeks.
Wow.
So God knows how long it'll take.
And it's a lot of detail.
Oh, the detail's phenomenal. We've matched every single window scene that they had. We've it's all individual brick slips. It's all like real bricks on the outside. Yeah, the detail's amazing.
Incredible. So, Portsmouth Football Club, here we come.
Yeah, Fratton Park.
Okay, 2 questions here.
Come on then.
Why is Southsea Model Village so important to you? And why do you think it's important to the people of Portsmouth?
It's important to me because over the 25 years I've been involved with it, my kids have been born while I've been here. They've been down there, they've helped us out. I've got loads of pictures of my daughters helping me re-concrete the river and things like that. So it's just a lovely place for my family. What was the second question?
And why do you think it's important to the people of Portsmouth?
Same again. I think we get a lot of people coming saying, oh, my granddad used to bring us here. I'm now bringing my kids. It's like a generational thing where people bring their kids when they're younger, and Yeah, it's just the worst part of Southsea's history, really. So it's been here since 1956.
So I remember my dad used to bring me here,
Yeah.
and he used to then take me to, well, most people call it now the Cumberland House or Natural History Museum, but everyone else in Pompey just calls it the Butterfly Museum.
Yeah.
And it's weird coming back now as an adult, because back then it was really cool looking at the little buildings and the railway track. Whereas now I feel really old, 'cause I'm like, oh, I remember you need us.
Yeah.
So I feel like coming back older is actually really interesting, because you see it in a different view.
Yeah, you see it in a different light. Yeah, a lot of the kids, they just come in there now and they're chasing the trains around, chasing Thomas and stuff like that. But the adults, they're looking at the buildings and they're getting involved more. It's great.
Yeah, no, I think it's amazing. So I mean, I don't know about this one. When will Evel Knievel be making a comeback? What's that about?
Wow. I think it was for my 45th birthday, I think my wife bought me, do you remember the old wind-up Evel Knievels?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she bought me one of them, and I had a fantastic idea of making him jump the river or jumping some buildings in the model village. So I made a load of them, but in the process, I actually broke it. And I replaced it.
Okay, well, it apparently became very memorable because it's made one of the questions. How long was that here for?
What, Evel Knievel?
Yeah.
Got it my birthday, I come down the next day, a silly idea in my head. I made a load of little ramps up, we jumped over a couple of buildings and then jumped over the river. And on the final one, I pushed it a bit too far and just smashed the bike enough. So when I get a new one, Evel Knievel will be back.
Coming back, and we'll let you know. We'll be the first ones to let you know. Okay, how can businesses get involved?
Well, we've got, there's advertising. We have advertising hoardings around the cricket pitch. If someone wants to put their business on that, they can. That's just £50 for the year. We used to build, say, if someone would come in and make a commission of their shop. Let's say we're in the process of finding a new model maker as Dad passed, but as soon as we do, then we'll be taking commissions again.
How do you find a model maker? Because I feel like it's quite an intricate job. It's a lot of patience involved. Is that something that you can still find out there? How do you find those people?
You can find them, but they're really expensive, and we haven't got the funds to be paying these people. So all we do is we just learn ourselves. So we just learn ourselves, trial and error. We used to start building the buildings when we first come here out of wood, and then after a year or two they'd rot and they'd fall apart. So then we changed it and we started making them look a real house, really.
Yep.
So with all concrete on the outside, we concrete in all the windows, we put individual tiles on the roofs and stuff like that. Yeah, so it's a tough job. Yeah.
And talking about that, I mean, just walking around, the maintenance is absolutely incredible. So how on earth do you keep up on that maintenance?
Very difficult. I say we couldn't do it without our volunteers. We've got a volunteer who comes down and does our gardens every weekend. We've got a volunteer who comes and does our trains, looks after our trains. Mick, he's been here since year dot, I think, Mick. And I say our parent, my mum still comes down. She gets out of the house. She comes down and does a little bit. But yeah, then it's just after work for me and weekends, really. Yes, it's non-stop.
How can the community get involved? So you spoke about volunteers. Are you actively looking for volunteers all the time?
Yeah, we'd love some volunteers. So if anyone's interested in gardening or model making, repairing, painting, we'd be interested in anyone coming down. Just come down to the entrance and speak to the girls, and we'll get you involved. It'd be much appreciated.
So you've got so many questions. Look, I had to actually write them. They're like, I can barely read. This is the most writing I've done since school. Like,
fuck up on your own.
I know, it's not good, is it? Okay, what are the models made of, and how long does it take to build some of them?
Right, so the models are made of, we try to recreate how the original person made the models. So it's a wooden frame with chicken wire placed over that, and then we render it with sand and cement. And then before it's dried fully, we cut out the shapes for where the windows go, and then we stick the windows in. And then once all that's dry, we stick each individual roof tile on the roofs as well. So we've got a load of individual little roof tiles we make up. They all get cemented on. Then it gets painted in like a weather shield type of paint to protect it a little bit. And that probably, for a building, it would probably take about 4 or 5 weeks for an average building.
Okay. Because you said You Need Us was about 6 weeks. What about the church? Because that's quite intricate.
Yeah, we did build that church. We couldn't build that. The man who built this place originally was just he was an architect. So it was his job. And the builders are just amazing, the detail, but we just can't work out how he done it.
Yeah.
We'd love to be able to do it the way he done it, but we just can't.
Think about Fratton Park. How long would that?
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Every little seat.
Oh yeah, every little seat. Wouldn't it? It'd be amazing. Really would, Eric.
Okay, I'm 68 years old, Pompey born and bred, but I've never been. Is it accessible?
Yeah, we're wheelchair accessible. The only place you maybe struggle to get is up where we're sat at the moment. It's up on the hill, but there is a slow slope path up to it. But yeah, we're fully accessible for buggies, double buggies, and wheelchairs.
And this is my favourite one, actually. Why isn't there a tricorn?
Good point. Good point. We'd love a tricorn, but again, it's building it. I used to be a tarmacker by trade, so I'm used to the heavy-handed stuff, and all those little intricate bits just isn't me. But if there's anyone out there who'd love to build us a tricorn, we'd be happy.
So we want a tricorn, and we want Commercial Road Fountain back.
Yeah, and Fratton Park.
And Fratton Park.
Yeah.
I mean, Fratton Park would be incredible.
Fratton Park would be amazing. Yeah, it would be. A couple of other model villages have got football stadiums, and we'd love to be out there with them as well.
Do you ever get any? What's like the most requests you get? Is there any other buildings or iconic things in the city that people really want?
Spinnaker Tower, a lot of people asked for. We did have a little small Spinnaker Tower, but that got handed back to the person's when he died. It got handed back to his wife. But yeah, another one, Spinnaker Tower. That'd be great. Yeah. Spinnaker Tower want to sponsor a building.
Right. Final push. Why should people come to Southsea Model Village?
Well, it's part of Portsmouth history. It's been here since 1956. It's a great place for the kids. You can come in, we close the gate behind you. The kids can't escape. You can sit down, have a nice cup of coffee. You can sit down, go down to the tunnels, learn all about the history of the site, and just let the kids run wild. Yeah, it's great. People love it.
And grab an ice cream.
And grab an ice cream, grab a hot coffee, or grab some food as well in the snack bar, and come up, sit up here on the hill, one of the best views on the seafront.
It is a beautiful view, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
No worries.